I see there's somebody. Stand up. Stand up, sir.
Stand up, sir.
I see there's somebody taking pictures who has not been given permission to do that. That person sitting at the back with the on the faces with the last one. Yeah, that one on the back. Hello, hello.
The gallery, let's remain silent.
Please, thank you, Ashik. The matter still been written. But however, Ashik, briefly.
I think for us to understand this situation, we need to understand it within the context that Job Sikala has never in his life promoted violent politics. He is actually a victim of injustice perpetrated against him by the state. So the context is the 2030 agenda. Remember that recently there was a press conference that was supposed to be held by opposition forces to discuss the 2030 agenda, particularly to oppose it because it violates the constitution. And SAPE's trust was bombed ahead of that conference. So I think that the explosives were actually planted in his car in order to push the narrative that the opposition is claiming to be a victim when they are actually perpetrators of, bombings. And, we have heard the narrative that even opposition politicians, they fake abductions. So my view is that Job Sikala was trapped in order to silence him, especially for opposing the 2030 agenda. If you look at the history of our politics in Zimbabwe, ZANU-PF thrives on the infrastructure of terror, of fear. It instills fear into Zimbabweans so that they cannot exercise their democratic rights. Job Sikala stands out as one of the few opposition politicians in Zimbabwe who have the courage to face the regime. And that is the reason why he has been targeted disproportionately. He has suffered disproportionately. It is because of his courage and conviction that there is a need for a democratic transition in Zimbabwe and his effort in the fight for democratic transition. So they perceive him as a danger to their agenda to hold on to power unconstitutionally. It's actually kind of a positive development from the opposition side because South Africa is perceived as supportive of the ZANU-PF regime in Zimbabwe. It doesn't condemn human rights violations. It doesn't condemn the rigging of elections. I'm particularly talking about the ANC ruling elite. So if it comes out that this was a job done by the security agents to trap Job Sikala, then it means that the South African authorities going forward must start to tell the regime in Harare the truth about human rights violations in Zimbabwe, about economic mismanagement, and especially about the rigging of elections, so that we can start to have a democratic space in Zimbabwe. South Africa has a very important voice in the developments in Zimbabwe, but it tends to be protective of the ruling regime. So we hope that this development is going to expose ZANU-PF and put pressure on South Africa to begin to tell ZANU-PF the truth.
Ndonyetsa yatika kubatira inu yeZimbabwe munyika medu muri kuitika zvinhu zvakawanda zvakasiyana-siyana. Isusu seKuruga Jones Media tiripo pakupinda munyika tichinokutsvagirai nyaya touya nadzo kwamuri ino ichannel yevanhu isu hatiwedzere kana kutapudza, tinouya nenyaya semaitikiro adzinenge dzaita. Kana wanga usati wasubscribe ndiwo mukana wekuti usubscribe wotena on the notification bell kuitira kuti patinouya nenyaya ndiwo uchatanga kuiona. Usasaririre, garai muri pano pachannel yenyu, channel yevanhu. Tinokutendai nerutsigiro rwamuri kutipa. Thank you so much.